Hello, everyone. This is Robbie, and welcome back to Miscellaneous Candor. Frank, honest, and otherwise outspoken. Are you following? Are you liking? Are you commenting? Please do. We really want that information, and we hope that you are continuing to join our podcast. Hey, Stephen with a PH.
Hello. Really? You can't. Hello, my friends. Hello, Robbie. It's I, Stephen, with a PH Kennedy, board certified atheist at your service.
Oh my God,
Don't make
I'm sorry.
fun of my name. That's not very nice.
Oh my God.
You're
Okay,
mocking.
the
You're
name
mocking.
that you've changed in the middle of the
That's
podcast.
who I am. That's who I am.
All right, that's fine. At least we're keeping it real though. All right,
Yeah.
so podcast. I didn't really listen to anything new. I listened to my normal podcast that I listen to. Everybody knows. If you're not listening to Compound and Friends with my boys, Josh Brown and
Hmm. Did you?
Michael Batnick. I love them. Love them. Maybe one time. That would be
Did
awesome
you?
if
Did you
they ever
gain? Did you
like,
pull anything interesting from them this week?
oh my God, yes.
Oh boy.
Yes. It was so good.
Okay.
They had this one chick on there. I can't believe I said
Can you
chick.
say female? Yeah, exactly.
I said, my
You're so
father,
barbaric
my
sometimes.
father said, used to use the word chick. He wasn't very politically correct. Love my dad. Rest in peace. Um,
Yes.
he was a
Rest in peace.
wonderful,
Love his father.
wonderful, wonderful dad to me. Um, I mean, nothing was perfect. I'm not gonna lie, but when I look back on it, he was he was solid. Okay, so
Aw.
yeah. Okay, hold on. So who was on here? The person, what was her name? Rebecca Patterson. She's a senior fellow. Hold on here.
I
Senior
don't
fellow
know.
at the Council of Foreign Relations and former chief investment strategist at Bridgewater Associates. And Bridgewater Associates was, I think, Ray Dalio's company, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
So, I mean, she's kind of a badass. Anyway, they were talking about everything in terms of what's going on with the markets, the decisions, and everything. They were looking at different charts. It was a really good episode. I was talking to somebody else about this, and we were both agreeing that price is price, and that one is one, and that one thing about the markets is, the price, the price is going to be the price, and there's so much around that, and also too this whole idea
What
that
do you
the
mean? What do you
markets
mean? The price is going to be the price. What do you mean by that?
that all of the signals and all of the things that make the market, which essentially is people and people's decisions and what, fears, emotions, all of that,
Oh
the
yeah.
price is going to be the price at the end of the day, right? People are going to either pay or they're not. And where they get to that is a culmination of all of the things that are happening, which is why it's so interesting to listen to things based upon kind of how the market is moving. And then to know too, the old adage of the stock market is not Main Street and it's totally separate. That's not true anymore. I mean, just because there's so many people who are invested in 401ks and pensions, but not even that. People in general are investing, day trading, being on
Mhm.
Robinhood,
Yeah,
being
it's
on
become so much
public.
more accessible, right,
It's
to
so much more
Main Street. Yeah.
accessible and mainstream now. So, that's just is what it is. Okay,
And
really
I think
guys. Mm,
I think social media has helped educate
yeah,
people on how to do that too.
yeah, to a degree, even though they're not
Nice.
necessarily getting advice from people who are licensed, but
Yeah.
mofos are out there giving advice on Instagram,
There are even those
TikTok.
apps that I forget the one that I'm about to start using,
Which one?
where you can follow different uh, high performers, individuals that have high performance, like Nancy Pelosi, who's got the inside track on a lot of politicians. So
I
you can set
know
up
you
where
talk
you'll
about the
invest with
insider
you. That's
trading stuff with the politicians and the information they get.
yeah,
Well, we're not going down that
right.
road
We're
today.
not
But
going there.
anyway, I listen to my boys. Love them, love them. Um,
Very nice.
Maybe one day we'll get a shout out on the show. I can't envision myself being on that show. I'm just not smart enough from a market's perspective to be on that show, but I just think they're so so good and they're just
Maybe
so.
we can have them on our show one day.
Oh, that was horrible. Okay. Sorry people. While we're taping this podcast, I actually happened to be watching the Warriors game against the Houston Rockets and I just saw something I did not like. So, we're
Who's
going
winning?
to halftime. Right now Houston is up 7-57-50 and it's 4-3-2-1 going into halftime and the Houston is winning by 7 points. Okay. So, let me get back to it. So that's what I did. I did listen to those podcasts that I always like to listen to. However, I will say I did look at this podcast about astrology and
Mhm.
but I just couldn't click on it. I didn't want to go down that
How do you
road.
do a whole podcast about astrology? Like what?
It's called the Astrology Lounge. It
So
was
they
about like astrology and everything. Like I guess a couple of days ago, well, not a couple of days ago, but when Taurus started, she was like, "It's Taurus season, and what do you need to do?" And blah blah blah. And I mean, I didn't listen to it. I just looked at the title and read a little bit of the summary of what the episode was about, but I did not
would you actually consider
actively.
investing your time in listening to that?
I don't know. I mean, I do believe that I make. I'll. There's certain signs that I have really good track records with in terms of getting along with people, just in general. And I'm not talking about relationship wise. And then there's others who I sometimes like. We'll see, right? But I don't always put that on people because I don't think that their sign is who they are. I think people's character and environment and all that other things. That's kind of that makes up who they are, their belief, their faith. If they don't have faith, all of that makes up who they are as a person versus just like the day they were born under a
Hmm.
certain sun astrological sign. I mean, I know it gets deep and you can go to the moon and the charts and this and the houses and all that. And I kind of got into that when I was younger, but as I got
You
older,
did.
I moved away from it. Yeah. I mean,
Do you think that people are religious are more likely to look at astrology or not? Is there any connection?
I don't know. I mean, I think I've heard both sides.
Okay.
I've heard people who are have certain religions, not just Christianity like myself, but other people who,
Yeah, it seems like it's cross. It's not specifically.
yeah, and some people are like, nope, that's not nope. And then other people are like,
Hmm,
yeah, it can interact or intertwine, etc. And then other people are agnostic about it. So
interesting.
yeah, I don't. This is I don't relate that to religion. But again, that was just not something I wanted to go down. Did you want to have
Yeah,
more conversation about astrology?
yeah. I actually do. Now I don't know if this had anything to do with astrology, but I do recall when you found out that
Oh
I
Lord,
had. And this is years ago. When you found out that my birthday was the same birthday as
Greg.
Craig, I felt like your ability to like me increased tenfold.
Yeah, but you know what I will say? Maybe that was the case at the time, but I'll tell you this: you guys are nothing alike.
We're not.
No, I mean you have similarities, but you are two totally different people.
We are.
Mhm,
Huh.
I think so.
Interesting. Okay.
I think so. I mean, I mean, there's some similarities, but you are different, as you
Hmm.
should be, because everybody is different. We are all unique
Yeah.
individuals,
No, no. I just
even with
remember you saying that we
CH.
were similar before, but I guess as you got to know me better, then you realized how different we are.
Exactly. Yes,
I
because
see. But I
when I
feel like we share the same kind of humor sometimes.
yes, so that's the part that I was
And we
making
like to
a
pick
connection.
at you a little bit and kind of get a rise out of you together.
Yes, this is true. But I don't know if that's like an astrology thing or just a I'm Roberta's friend thing, so let me get her.
That's true. That's true.
'Cause I have a
You
lot of
know,
other people who like to do the same thing. So,
yeah, that's fun.
I guess. Okay, so
I actually funny you said I was actually talking to a friend over the weekend. A couple friends that were talking about astrology, and I talked to another friend a couple weeks ago, Um, and the I always find it interesting when there are guys that believe strongly in it because I feel like it's more of a feminine thing to do. So a few weeks ago,
Do you think it's a feminine?
it just seems like a girly thing that girls get together and go, "Oh, the stars! Let's talk about Saturn aligning." Oh,
Really?
you were born in November. You got
Wait,
these
hold on. I feel
characters.
like there's echoing. Do you feel like there's echoing?
No, that's just me going back and forth at my mic. I'm getting animated over
Oh,
here.
okay.
Sorry.
Okay.
I'm talking like a girl, like I'm at a girl's overnight party, and I'm giggling with the girls and talking about astrology, throwing pillows at each other.
Oh, as I yawn. There are a lot of fights in this Warriors game in the first half.
Are there?
Mm,
Well, hopefully the Warriors win, right?
yeah, let's hope.
So I was talking to my buddy, this guy, a few weeks ago. I think it was 2, 3 weeks ago, and he's really into it. I've heard him talking about it.
Oh, and by the way, no diss to you, Houston fans, but yes, we're Warrior fans on this podcast. Okay, go on.
We, I think actually we have all sorts of fans on this.
Yeah,
Listen,
but I'm still shout out to if you're a Houston fan. Shout out to you. Thank you for listening. But we do like the Warriors. Personally, I'm a big Steph Curry fan. He's a believer. Blah blah blah. You know.
he's a
Okay.
believer.
Oh my God, Steph Curry is a serious Christian.
Ah, okay.
Yep.
Are we going there? Are we going there?
I'm
No,
just
we're not
saying
going
he is. I don't think there's anything to go
there.
to.
Okay.
Okay, go on. What were you gonna say?
So my buddy, who he's talked about astrology a few times and very passionately,
Uh huh.
and he's not a religious guy either, but when it comes to astrology, he's so focused on it. I said, what are you talking about? This stuff isn't real. You're not the kind of person to believe in this stuff. Why are you talking so passionately about astrology? Oh, this is this. I'm this kind of person. I should be compatible to this kind of person. Like, what are you talking about? There's no such thing. Tell me science. If there, I said, explain to me how what you're saying actually makes sense logically in this, in terms of science. He's like, I don't know. I just believe it.
Oh my goodness.
Well,
Okay, so
okay.
I want to know though, what is his sign, and who does he think he's compatible
Oh,
with?
I can't remember.
You can't
No, I
remember.
can't remember.
How
I
are you
can't
gonna have
remember.
the conversation? You can't remember.
I mean, I kind of zone out when he starts getting into it.
Oh my God, you're a zoner.
I think he's a. Oh no, I can't remember what he is. But he's always talking about compatibility with, I shouldn't have started hanging out with that person. I should have known because they're this what a sun sign, star sign. I
Sun
forget what they
sign.
call
It's the
it. Sun
sun
sign.
sign.
Okay, and I'm this sun sign. I should have known that we wouldn't be compatible. I'm like, what are you? Are you serious? Are you serious right now?
So he's for real about that.
He's for real about it, and he's absolutely not the kind of guy that would, you know, go for this. But for some reason, I think because he's a hoper. He's a hoper.
A hoper.
You know what I
What's a
mean?
hoper?
Is that even a word, hoper?
I don't know it. Somebody who has too much hope.
Yes, there you go.
Oh my goodness. Why? Because you have none, and you think the world is full of shit and
Yeah, pretty much.
destined for destruction and death. Huh?
Yes, yes. I mean, look around. Am I wrong?
Okay, so you believe that. However, audience, we're going to pivot a little bit. I understand you might be interested in settling down, Stephen with a PH. Is this true?
What? Okay. Why do you have to say Stephen with a PH in such a
Because it's so
condescending manner?
good. It's so good. You just added like an extra
Oh,
an extra bit of
yeah.
zing
I
to
think
our
I'm ready.
podcast.
Actually, I
You think you're
am.
ready?
I think I'm ready. I am ready. I'm absolutely ready. Actually, I don't think I am. Yeah.
That's
So
good.
I'm
Like,
looking
do
for
you
that lucky
feel
girl.
so? Do you feel like financially secure, set to like do this?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You do okay.
Um,
And do
it's
you?
just about finding the right, the right girl. That's what it's about. And there have been times when I was younger where I wasn't ready just to settle down with a family, start a family. But I'm definitely ready now. It's time. But what always many times it scared me in the past is I go hang out with my friends that have families and they live in quiet suburbs. And when I go visit them, they are so miserable and they say, as long as you can, hold out. Don't do it. Don't do it.
So okay. They tell you that, but you're ready. You are ready now.
Yeah, of course, of course.
How many kids do you want to have? Do you know?
Oh, no, I haven't thought that far ahead.
Okay, ladies, he's ready. Um, okay, so do you have like a breakdown of like she has to be a certain number of years younger than you? Is that important?
Oh, are we going there?
Yeah, I want to know.
Oh boy. See, I sometimes I get hate for this,
I don't,
but you
it doesn't
know,
matter. Put it out.
I I I would prefer to be with someone that's a minimum of 5 years younger than me.
That's not a big deal at all.
Okay,
People
I'm
get
lying. ten
mad at you
years.
about
I'm
that.
lying. I'm lying.
5
10 years.
years?
Okay, 10 years. I'm lying.
10 years.
Yeah, 10 years
Okay. But
minimum.
how about between oh, 10 years minimum?
See, that's why my female friends get upset with me when I say that,
Don't
and
be
they
messing
say,
around doing no Shannon Sharp stuff. Just FYI. Go on.
mm, um, so yeah, I don't know why many of my female friends get offended by that. Yeah, I don't understand why.
So 10 years minimum.
Yeah,
Would you go 20 years younger?
well, that would be illegal, Robbie.
Okay. Just checking. Okay. 10 years younger. Okay. 10 years at minimum. At maximum. No, minimum is 10 years. Okay, so you got a lot of options.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I feel like my friends will ask me, my female friends specifically, my guy friends think it's great. They don't care one way or the other. My female friends will ask me, what could you possibly have in common with them? You'll have nothing in common. And I say, I tend to get along very well with girls that are 10 years or more younger than me. Um, and they,
I'm not even
yeah,
gonna say why, but
yeah,
go
see
on.
what you're going to say. I know what you're going to say because I get that a lot. I'll say, oh, because you're so immature. Wrong.
No, that's not what I was gonna say.
Oh, okay, good.
I was gonna say it was immature. I was gonna say something else.
Go ahead, say it.
Because you have a little bit of a control phenomenon going on there.
Well,
And
oh,
I
let's
don't
go
I
there.
don't think
Let's
I don't
do it.
think it's in like a negative way, like you would be like abusive controlling like Ike Turner or anything like that. But I do
I
think
would hope not.
me too. Because
Thanks for
the
taking me off the
podcast
table.
will end very quickly, abruptly. But I do think I do think that you want somebody you can boss around a little bit.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Okay.
Okay, maybe a little bit, maybe a
See,
little bit, but
exactly.
that
Yeah.
has nothing to do with it. You know what I like
Mhm.
about girls that are a decade younger than me is that their mindset is it's not tainted by the world, by reality. They have a
Exactly.
fresh
There we
outlook on
go.
life.
Yes, they have a fresh outlook. They're more open. In
Yes.
other words, they're more malleable, pliable.
Yes, exactly. Fine. What do you want from me, Robbie?
Hiccups.
Oh, goodness.
Hey, well, at least you know what you want. How about that?
But I also find that I would be more malleable as well.
With the younger chicks?
Yeah, yeah.
I'm sorry people for me saying chicks. I'm having a flashback with
You're so barbaric, so barbaric.
having a
Can't we
flashback.
respect women, Robbie?
I mean, I do. I'm a woman, but I do, when I say chicks, it reminds me, like I said, of my dad. And I actually kind of like the word chick when you
So
say
do
it.
I.
But anyway, okay. Um, so
Where were we before we
Steven,
got sidetracked with Ike Turner?
Steven is ready to settle down, everyone. Okay, so speaking of settling down, and also to speaking of current events, next week, everybody, let's look at the date here. Doom, doom, doom. God, this is when I need some music. Like I need a
What kind of
drum
music?
roll or something. Do you
Oh,
have
the
the
drum
drum
roll.
roll? Do you have the drum roll?
Hold on, hold on, hold on. I got a drum roll.
You don't have the drum roll. Come
Can
on
we?
now. What? You
Hold
don't
on.
have
Sorry.
it?
I do.
You do have it.
No, I just have the clap.
You just you don't have the drum roll? Okay, let's
I,
see.
no, I don't have it.
Okay, let's see. Hold on.
That's not it.
I know, but that is one. We're gonna. You didn't like
It
that?
sounds like an airplane flying over.
No, it was a drum roll.
That's a clap.
No, that's a drum roll. Anyway,
Oh,
okay, drum roll. So everyone, next week,
what's happening next week?
next week. I think it is what day is it? What day is it now? What day is it? Um, I think. Oh, it looks like it's gonna be on Spotify. They really are doing that. May 5th, Cinco de Mayo, is the first day of doom 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 the United States of America against Sean Diddy Combs.
Oh, that's what this was about. The anticipation. I was thinking something really, really big is happening.
That is
So
big.
this is day one of the trial.
Day one is going to be on May 5th, people.
Wow. Do you think is
May
this going to be all televised, or what's the rules here? I think the judge
I
decides, right?
feel like I saw that it's going to be on Spotify,
Oh
but I
wow.
don't know if that's true or not. So it'll be interesting.
Imagine
Um,
if they made it on pay per view. They would make so much money on
God, I don't even
that.
think there is there pay-per-view anymore.
Yeah, there is.
I thought
Or
everything was on Netflix.
no.
Oh.
What? No. You still got to pay for stuff. A lot of fights.
Anyway, well, okay. Bottom line is that so that's coming out. So that should be a monstrosity within all of the craziness we're dealing with now on a day-to-day basis. But that being said,
Did you?
what?
Sorry. Go ahead.
No, what were we gonna say?
Did you? Did you see what Kanye is saying now?
I saw that mess. There's something he seriously is doing way too many drugs, like, and
I don't
telling
know if it's
everybody
drugs or
about it.
he's just
You
lost his
do, like
mind.
I said, if you guys want to do that stuff, you want to do the drugs, you want to do a drinking, you can do all that stuff, and you go 5150 all the way to the edge. You, we don't need to hear the outcomes of your state,
Do
at
you,
the
do you think
public
it's drug
space.
induced, or do you think it's because he's just lost his mind from the fame and money and he's just gone
It's
nuts?
all. I feel like it's all of it. It's
Yeah.
all of it. It's all of
Okay.
it. And when his mom died, he just went a 180. You know,
Oh, is that
um,
what you said?
I mean, that's my perspective. I don't know if it's true, but that's my
Yeah.
perspective. And then, it's just yes, he should have married Paris Hilton because Kim was Paris's assistant. He could have had all the hotels and everything. Is he out of his mind?
What exactly was he before he's got struck fame? What exactly was he? He was a nobody.
And does he not remember how hard he was going after Kim Kardashian?
Yeah.
Much he pursued her, how hard he chased her. The dang marriage proposal where he rented out the entire stadium in San Francisco and had all the helicopter. I mean,
That's
what
right.
is
That's
wrong with? Does he think that people don't remember these things? That these things are not a part of
well,
the historical record?
I mean, he's crazy, so he probably it doesn't.
He
He can't
probably
connect the
forgot.
dots, right?
I know,
So
but yeah, that was some crazy mess. I mean,
I
nobody's
think
watching
what bothers me
what
more. I mean,
what
just as
bothers
much
you.
is that people will still put him on on a platform because they know they can make money off him. They don't
He's
care.
entertaining.
Yeah, and it's sad because
It is sad,
he's a money making machine for other people, and they'll always give him the spotlight, right?
but he's sick.
Yeah, and that's sad. I mean,
It is.
put the guy in a hospital and let him be. Don't give him the platform that he wants just because you're going to make money off of
I
him.
know, I know, I know. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot to deal with. Warriors are down by 3. Okay, so
Getting there.
what else did we oh, AI. We want to talk a little bit about AI this week. Always want to talk about AI. So you want to talk about agents?
Yeah, so it looks like China's starting to pull the trigger on AI agents, where it's going to be easy for rather than just getting a response to answers from a chatbot, the AI agent will actually take the actions for you. So if you say pay my Verizon bill, it can go in and actually do the action for you, things like that. So that's pretty interesting where it's going to go. Now, of course, along with that comes all the ramifications, right?
Yes.
So yeah, there's so many questions, such lack of rules. So it's gonna be a shit show pretty soon, a real even more than it is now. But yeah, we'll see how this all evolves.
Yeah, I think it's going to be interesting. It's definitely going to be interesting to see how it all shakes itself out, what happens, etc. For sure. I agree with you on that. I do. I do. I do. I do. Um, OpenAI just released to the public their deep research tool in ChatGPT Pro and ChatGPT, like the extra one that you can buy for like $200 a month, along with the ones you can buy $20 a month, and an enterprise. And essentially, you have these certain amount of deep research prompts where you can put in prompts, you can put in complicated analysis, and it will do it for you. It will take a little bit of time. It doesn't happen quickly because the amount of compute power that it
Hmm.
takes is like, I don't know, 3 to 4x of what it takes right now. So they have limited the queries, at least at this point.
Hmm.
But I don't know. I just think
Amazing.
it's crazy how all of this is happening and what you can do and how you can synthesize data if you really think about it. But the important part is to be able to think. That's that's the thing, people. Just you got to be able to think and critically think and dig deep into all of this stuff, which most people have that ability. So,
Well, I wouldn't go that far. I think our
I,
listeners do, but
no, I think
uh,
people do. I just think that you have a different perspective because you feel like everybody should go to college.
I never said that. What I said, have we had this conversation before?
No.
Oh, okay. What I feel, I was just having this conversation with someone, I think 2 days ago, is that I don't think that going to college makes someone better, but I do think it's an important part of development, and not because even if it's not for the courses you're taking that educate you, if not, okay, it could be that, but even if you don't find benefit from the courses you're taking to educate yourself, the other side effects that you gain from the college experience, I think, are very critical for development. And when I meet people that didn't go to college, that just went through high school and after that started working, I do see a difference. And I'm not saying it's good or bad, but I do see a difference.
No, there is a difference. But I don't know if that difference is going to make what is that difference going to really mean? I don't, that's my question. So, but I wanted to highlight the AI piece, the deep learning. I think it's awesome. It's cool. Also, too, there's just so many different, excuse me, courses out there that people can take for free.
Yeah,
Just so many, and I think people should take advantage of it because it may not seem like AI is going to be a part of your life, but it will be, and it may be
that's
like
indubitably.
and I don't know. I mean, at a certain point, it will take things out, but I don't. Yes, that's right. Missed the basket. But at the same time, at the same
Forgive
time,
Robbie,
it's
folks.
important to
She's a little
know.
distracted today.
I am distracted. It's important to know how to do it. So, what else was I going to say? This week,
She's
I
too
just
busy watching Steph Curry's tight ass.
no, I don't like Steph Curry like that. I've told you that.
Okay, okay.
I don't think about him like that. I think he's a great dad and husband. He is a believer. He's a great teammate. He goes, puts all his effort out there. He's just a really solid person. I know some people don't. I don't really know anyone that doesn't like Steph Curry though. Like has like
Mm,
visceral anger against Steph
right, right,
Curry.
right,
They may
right.
not necessarily like him as a player. They may be like he's all right, but I
I
haven't.
think his wife's hot.
I think he's amazing, huh?
I think his wife is hot.
Oh, Aisha.
Yep.
Yeah, she's very pretty.
You know, I never. Did you ever go to her restaurant in the Bay Area? I never went.
I did.
How
Yeah,
was it?
it was fine. There's a lot of pork. I don't eat pork,
Okay. But
so
you thought it was just about her name.
no, it was good. They had some good drinks there.
Okay.
When I was drinking,
Um,
I'm not drinking anymore, so I
so
feel
you're
better.
not drinking anymore?
Oh yeah, for the
Is
most
that
part.
part of your health kick?
I mean, yes, and also to just it's just not it's not something I want to do right now. Okay, we're not talking about that. Um,
I always try to take us down that path, Robbie, because you know what I was going to ask you next.
ooh,
Is it about religion?
I
That's what I was going to
know,
ask
I
you. Is it?
know.
Is it?
Oh my god,
It's not about. Is it?
you're more
Is it about
obsessed with
religion?
my faith than me. I think that's what it is. I think that's the other
Maybe.
part.
I
Mhm.
just, I just, I'm curious. I'm curious about you. I want to learn about you.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah.
So speaking of celebrity restaurants, have you heard of Eminem's
What?
spaghetti place?
You
What?
missed that basket? Okay, go on.
No, I thought you were talking to me. Have you heard of Eminem's spaghetti place in downtown Detroit?
He has a spaghetti
It's called
place?
it's called Mom's Spaghetti.
It sounds
And
like it's bad.
well, you if you go there, so after hours they have a takeout window, like a
Uh-huh.
walk-up window.
Mhm.
And so if you get there later, the line is backed up around the block.
Have you ever
And
had it?
so I finally tried it one time.
Mhm.
It tastes like Chef Boyardee out of the can. I kid you not. It was the worst shit, the worst spaghetti I've ever had.
I mean, I don't really even at Italian restaurants where they make it
Yeah,
like
spaghetti's not
spaghetti
the.
and meatballs, it's not so whoa, that was great. It's not something that is like a delicacy,
Yeah,
you know? I think, what is it? Pasta de pepe? I
cacio de pepe.
I like that.
Yeah.
But
There's only one place I like spaghetti, and that's my mom's spaghetti. She makes the best spaghetti. It's amazing. But I will never order it at restaurants anymore because I'm always disappointed.
well, I mean, according to Eminem, that's what his place is, Mom's Spaghetti.
It's his mom's spaghetti, which probably actually was Chef Boyardee.
What if that was it? And he has everybody standing in line eating Chef
Listen, I,
Boyardee. Isn't
I
that
honestly do not doubt it. It could very possibly be. He knows he's going to make it. He is definitely making a shitload of money looking at that line. I mean, it's ridiculous. But a lot of it, they're tourists that come to Detroit, and it's one of the spots to try. It's on the list.
of course it is. I mean, it's Eminem's spot, I should say.
Mhm.
Okay, what else are we talking about this week, Steven?
What else are we talking about? I think we're going to talk about Christianity.
No, we're not.
Oh,
Anything else? I think we might keep this one short this week.
this one, yeah, okay. Let's cut it short.
We're gonna cut it
It's not.
short.
It's actually this is like a normal length. It wouldn't even actually be cutting it short. It'd just be we always go about a half hour longer. But
I know because we get to talking. We get
yeah,
to talking. I
yeah,
just think next week we're gonna have so much. Oh, we're gonna have to tape it on Monday so that we can have some insight on what happened in the Diddy trial
no, yeah, great.
and see if it's actually going to be televised. The other thing too, I would
Robbie's gonna take the day off of work.
no, I can't. I no, I can't as actually. So that's going to be interesting because I'm going to be wondering the whole time while I'm working super hard that day. But, you know, it is what it is. Um, We need to have another guest soon.
We do.
I think so.
I've
I think
got
so for
some
sure.
people that would like to guest on our show, so
I think
we'll
it's great that
work
you're
on that.
always coming up with guests. I think that's awesome.
You know why, Robbie? Because
Why?
I talk about our podcast a lot.
Oh,
Well, you
I
probably
know. Well,
don't.
I'm not. I know. I'm just waiting for it to blow up and then I'm going to tell everybody. Oh my God, it's so different. Anyway, all right. Well, thank you everybody for listening to us this week. We kept it pretty short, pretty casual, and we'll look forward to talking to you next week. Stephen with a PH.
Thanks for joining us once again, my friends. Please continue to join us. And like Robbie said earlier, follow us, ask us questions. We'd love to answer your questions. I'm sure you do have questions because Robbie says some interesting things on his podcast.
And
I have to
so
reel
does
it back in
Stephen with a
sometimes.
PH.
It is I, Stephen Kennedy. Oops, I screwed it up. See, you're screwing me up now. It is I, Stephen with a PH Kennedy, board certified atheist at your service.
Yes, for sure. At your service. Okay, Stephen. All right, everyone. Thank you so much and have a wonderful week. See you later.
Bye bye.